everybody continued to play, and it was a couple seconds until the goal light went on. Like, he went to go celebrate with whoever else was playing the point, who passed it to him, and nobody else realized it was in, except probably Bobrovsky. That was one of those goal scorer goals.
Wow. Now, did you know the Nugent Hopkins goal was in? Because that was like bang, bang, in and out too.
Yes, I saw that one. I'm glad you mentioned him. He is far from 100%, I think. And I thought he played one of the best games I ever seen him play.
Yeah.
It was interesting how Kevin pointed out that he didn't like that Nugent Hopkins took the face-off on that 5-on-3 goal they gave up, because he hasn't been taking many face-offs. Like, he's clearly got some hand, wrist thing, and he keeps it pretty guarded. Like, you know, he walked into the building the other night, his hand was in his pocket. There's obviously something there. I thought that was a really good point by Kevin, but I thought Nugent Hopkins was fantastic. I thought he had a great game. I thought there were a lot of players in that game, particularly for the Oilers, who were great. It was a great hockey game. I mean, there's just fantastic hockey, and I think both of these teams are too smart, too mature to let what happened tonight allow them to take their eyes off the prize. Too mature and too smart.
Nugent Hopkins, nearly 24 minutes. No face-offs in Game 3. Did take 2 in Game 4. And the Florida Panthers, Elliot, I mean, up until this series, they were unbeatable when having a lead after any period in the playoffs. You knew that wasn't going to last forever. But the fact that the Oilers have done it twice to them, and in particular how it happened on Thursday, it is really hard to fathom. Incredible drama.
Unbelievable drama. We'll see what they do. Like, with Stetcher only playing 4 minutes, do they go back to Klingberg?
Yeah.
That'll be one. You know, Evander Kane got benched. He took his penalty at 10:38 of the first. And after he got out of the box, he didn't take another shift until 11 seconds were remaining. And he kind of got demoted a little bit. You know, we'll see what that means. Kane has had an excellent playoffs. He's hit a bit of a wall here. We'll see what that means for game number 5. Just can't wait. Long flight across the continent, but cannot wait for Saturday night. That's going to be a big hockey night in Canada, big hockey night in North America, big hockey night for hockey fans around the world. Kyle, big game. BIGGGGGGGG. That's a lot of G's. Big.
Final Saturday of the NHL season, Game 5 from Edmonton. Final Saturday night.
Oh, it's so fun.
Not a bad one to wrap up with, I might add.
No. Can't wait. I know you're all there. Cannot wait for this game. Super excited. I'll say this. You know me, Kyle. I don't like to complain about refereeing, and Edmonton had a lot of problems in the first period without complaining about the refereeing. I didn't like that one. I didn't like the miss on the high stick on the third goal. The one where Stetcher got hit, and I didn't like the no penalty when Bouchard was hit from behind by Verhaeghe. I thought that was boarding.
There was a couple there. Yeah. The icing early in overtime. Anyway, it's a fast game, but you're right. Those two were like, okay. I know what Evander Kane said after Game 3. It was like, come on.
Like, Edmonton walked themselves into big trouble in Game 3 and walked themselves into big trouble in Game 4. They climbed out of that hole. But those two calls, or non-calls, they sat with me a bit. I really thought in the Verhaeghe case, they could have called the major and then looked at it. Sometimes I wonder if they're told not to use that call as a bailout, but I thought that was a situation where they could have done it.
Well, especially with the way Bouchard went down, too. I don't think anyone would have... There shouldn't have been much issue with them if they wanted to take a second look at that, especially after seeing the replay.
I agree.
All right. Anything else on the game?
No, I think so.
No, I think so.
Is that what I said? No, I think so.
I knew what you meant.
It's 1 o'clock, 1:30.
You should just leave that in. No, I think so. Oh, God. Actually, I did want to shout out Jeff Skinner.
I gave him some good minutes. He disrupted in all the right ways a few times.
That might have been the biggest game of Jeff Skinner's career.
Might have been.
He didn't. Yeah, and probably never. You're right. He didn't get the most minutes, but he gave them good minutes. I think he earned another game.
I agree. And Chris Knobloch has kind of built a bit of a reputation here, particularly in the playoffs when he's decided to make some lineup changes. They have usually worked out. Mentioned it was a tough go for Troy Stetcher in this one, but Jeff Skinner, yeah, he gave the type of minutes that I think you would want from a player like that in this game, and made the switch to Pickard to begin the second period, and that started the whole topsy-turvy way that this game ended up becoming.
Okay, I do have two more things I want to say about this game. Number one, you know me, I believe in the value of mindset, right?
Yep.
What was Edmonton's mindset after Game 3, where they got killed? Let's wash off the stink right away. They were supposed to have basically an off day on Tuesday and skate on Wednesday. They canceled their off day. They had a full practice on Tuesday. Like, a lot of people who know a lot more about hockey than me were like, just get out on the ice, play with the puck, skate a little bit, make yourself feel good, get rid of that awful feeling you have about the way you were embarrassed in game number 3. Jennifer Botterill talked about that. And a number of other people I reached out to talked about that. I love that. Then they have an optional on Wednesday. 16 guys go out, including your 2 best players. Like, be consistent. The most important thing in life is consistency. Even if they had a terrible game, the fact is the Oilers are in this position for the second year in a row. Something they're doing is working. What do all those guys do? They keep their habits. They love hockey. They go out on the ice and they win. I don't think those things are a coincidence. I think when you have a routine that really works for you, you try to stick to that routine as much as possible. So that really stuck out to me. From how they chose to go about their business after the loss.
And it worked for them. Panthers prioritize rest. It often does do them good. Oilers wanted to keep working at things, and